Good morning, Milton. I'm Phil Patry, and I'm Kieran Brisson, and...
Wait, cut.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. Taekwondo oboe classes.
It's okay. I'm a green belt.
Okay, you got it. Good morning, Milton. I'm Kieran Brisson.
And I'm Philip Patry.
For everyone that isn't a senior, first off, secondly, course sign-ups started this week and will resume after vacation. So make sure you get on your plans of what courses you're going to be taking next year.
Additionally, a reminder to all students, the deadline is March 13th for the spring ACT test. A reminder to seniors to fill out your FAFSAs for student aid. Last Thursday, the Young Tykes, the middle school, had their very own science fair. Many interesting projects were showcased.
Finally, last week students participated in Poetry Out Loud, an annual national event in which students recite poetry out loud.
All this lavishness you failed to banish. What would you be without this gibberish? What if
that her beauties may be continued, and the stars will tilt their quiet faces into the mirror of her loveliness.
Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date.
You have a hole, it's a poultice. You have an eye, it's an image. My boy, it's your last resort. Will you marry it? Marry it, marry it.
The venomous, soft jelly, the undersides. We could stand the world if it were hard all over.
Well then play the one about the flower industry, in which migrant workers curse their own infected hands by tossing sheaves of roses and carnations into the back of the refrigerated trucks.
Feast and your halls are crowded, fast, and the world goes by. Succeed and give, and it helps you live. But no man can help you die.
Congratulations to Nikki Gadboys for qualifying for the state competition in Barrie. Good luck.
I'm Phil Patry.
And I'm Kyle Massey.
And we're reporting to you from the State House in Montpelier.
At the illustrious Senator Sanders State of the Union Essay Writing Contest.
Our four winners are Alicia Muir, Craig Pelser, Curtis Richardson, and Liam J. Gibbons. About to have a good time with Bernie.
Senator Bernie Sanders.
As a senator, I do a lot of things, but things like this are really the most fun things that I do. I had an opportunity to read all of the essays, and let me tell you, they are very, very impressive and intimidating. We have a lot of bright young people here today. The truth of the matter is that in this state, in fact, all over this country, you've got a huge number of bright, serious young people who are doing a great job learning in schools. You've got some great teachers out there, and it's important that we recognize and appreciate what they do. And that's what we're doing today.
Encouraging companies to stay in the U.S. By restricting their how much money they can pay employers outside, trying to make that more than what it is in the U.S. because that's kind of the reason they outsource, is because they can pay workers outside the U.S. less than they do in the U.S. So if you somehow made it more expensive to outsource, you could keep jobs in the U.S. and try to encourage
like growth. Like in Milton, there's this railway system that goes through. St. Albans used to be a huge railway town, which is why you see all those big houses. Because it used to be bustling because of all the rail systems that used to be in there.
If you had a strong rail system, we can transport a huge amount of cargo in a much, much, much more efficient, less polluting way.
Well, the disadvantages is like what you said, where people who can't afford to be paying more taxes or sending other people to school.
Good.
And then that comes to the question, like, do you just tax the wealthier people or put higher taxes on wealthier people because they can afford more to send more people to school?
I wrote about how America is really touted as the land of opportunity and equal protection under the laws, and how that in a lot of ways it's not truly the case, especially when women earn around 70% of what a man makes, and in some parts of the country they don't even have control of their own bodies. So I wrote a solution to that would be bringing back the Equal Rights Amendment, and this time around ratifying it.
So I thank you all very much for being here, for participating in the contest, and we'll see you soon. Okay, thank you all very much.
Liam, how'd it feel?
You know, it was nerve-wracking, and I spoke twice, but you know, it was a great experience, and it was wonderful having, you know, a socialist speak in front of my conservative parents. So, yeah.
And now to Josh Burbo with Comic Book Nerds.
What do you think of Miles Morales, Spider-Man?
I think it's overdue. I think it's something that should have happened in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. It's a fictitious character. They can always have both of them running around as soon as they feel like they want to have both guys. I mean, superheroes never stay dead. So if they kill Peter Parker, they can bring him back. So it's, yeah, I didn't understand the controversy of it. And that's not from the perspective of being an African-American reader. It's from the perspective of being someone who pays attention to the fact that these characters they're fantasy characters. One of the things that they do is they're reborn all the time. They're rebooted, they're reborn, they're repackaged. Costumes change, affiliations change. You have good guys who become bad guys, a lot of bad guys who become good guys for a little while. If they're thinking about, hey, let's make Thor a girl, they're seeing a dollar sign. They see that there's an opportunity there to bring in new readers. There's an opportunity also to challenge the creators who are probably bored. The people who make these things are probably like, oh man, I don't want to write any more Thor stories. Hey, why don't we do this? Okay, suddenly there's some ideas I have. Let's do that.
I think it's cool. Like I wouldn't like I personally am like I love heroines. Like I think when they're like I like the new reboot of Wonder Woman. I like the way that she's like like she's a demigod now. And kind of the kind of like way that she is. I think it's kind of really awesome.
Again, you have the naysayers who have their own podcasts and they're going to be loud and they're just going to run their mouths, but they're always outnumbered. I mean, we sold out of that Thor book. That Thor book brought new people into the shop who are still here. So it's so when you decide to get into the independent stuff, my one recommendation is like, okay, I've read the superhero stuff. Let's go let's look at a crime comic. Let's look at a detective comic. Let's look at maybe drama, something with just characters who exist in a particular time, a particular setting. Get into that. Get into the horror stuff. There's a lot of great horror comic books. A lot of great science fiction comic books now. I give you specific reasons why. It's this comic book called Trees. There's a writer named Warren Ellis, who's one of my favorite comic book writers.
So Damon, like, what actually like got you into comics? Like,
yeah, for me it was a combination of just being a kid in the '70s, and just I like the art. I was always attracted to monsters, space aliens, fantasy stuff, but mainly it was this format that I knew human hands had made. I knew that someone wrote it, someone drew it, someone came in and inked over the pencil work, someone came in and colored it, they painted the colors in, had a separate person would come in and letter, and back in the day they would actually write the letters and like cut them out and like paste them with the art and like format it, old newspaper style. And I always liked the fact that when I got it, I knew that people were just working hard on it just a few weeks before. If they were working on it and they shipped it out, came out that day, I got it. It's like, wow, they just made this. This comes out every month. So someone was just arguing about this. There were phone calls to the editor. There were, discrepancies that had to be figured out between script and art. And all that happened just a few weeks ago, and I've already got it. I've always loved the idea of having something that was complex and yet still made by people and fresh, the way we serve food to each other. So, well, here's this comic book, and bam, there'll be another one in 28 to 31 days. And here you go.
So I was wondering if you guys had any job openings.
Not at the moment, but I am always accepting resumes.
Well, thanks, Damon, and come down to Earth Prime Comics, where it gets like the Holy Land. You can see everything. It's all great comics, good reads. Have a lot of fun. It's on Church Street, and I'll see you guys later. Back to the desk.
Now sports with Luke Covey.
The regular season of the winter sports season has come to an end, and the playoffs are underway. Seniors and underclassmen alike are all looking for some playoff glory. But for the seniors, it means a little bit more. This could spell their last time wearing the blue and gold, and also, for some of them, it could be the last time playing the sport that they love. I implore you, students and fans, to go to every game, show as much support as possible to our student athletes. Paint your face, make signs, sneak in an air horn if you have to. And with that, good luck to our playoff-bound teams, and here's your sports highlights.
Holla at me!
Congrats to all of our athletes. And now, to the weather with Ray.
I don't get it. Which ones are the clouds and which ones are the snow?
The clouds are higher.
God, Ray, you know, you need a certain level of clarity in your segment, okay? Because like people watch it and they think it's some sort of joke, you know? And it not a funny one at that, you know?
I don't get it.
You need a point, Ray, all right? Call me back when you have a purpose. Good God.
What's going on? What's going on?
Your heart stopped, Ray. You took a nasty tumble.
My dad.
For now.
Just heaven.
In a sense.
Are you God?
You could call me that, yes.
Where are the pearly white gates? Where are the people?
They're all here, Ray.
Where?
Well, Ray, they are you. You are they. You are all that was, all that is, and all that will be. You, Ray, are existence. You are my creation. You are my current project, my current version, crafted in my image.
Are you saying that everyone is me?
Rather, you will be everyone. Reincarnation, in a sense.
So, I was George Washington.
And King George III.
I was JFK.
And Lee Harvey Oswald, as well as the two other shooters.
I was David and Goliath?
The deer, as well as the hunter.
I'm the earth, the ocean, the sky. I am the weather.
All one being, made of the same concept. My image is that of man. It is all that I create, including you.
Now that my time is up, I'm going to inhabit another physical form. Your time isn't quite up yet, Ray. You know the cycle of destruction humanity has created. Now that you know the true duality of all that is, you must find your opposing force and end the cycle. If you can stop your true polarized self, you can end the destruction. You can salvage my creation. I want to help, but I don't think I fully understand.
It will all soon be clear.
What?
It will all soon be clear.
Are you okay? I thought I lost you for a minute. Your heart stopped. How do you feel?
I feel good. I know I have a purpose. I have a point.
Okie dokie, we now go to film theory and analysis with Liam J. Gibbons.
So, we're here. It's a Christmas miracle.
So what did you think of the Liam?
Listen, Kyle. Alright, what we have today is an opportunity for me to talk about something I care about, something that I'm passionate about, with someone else who's also passionate about it, alright? Alright, and they actually have a comprehensive knowledge about film, if anything, so I really need you to keep your mouth shut, okay?
I'll try my best.
Alright, that's good enough. That's good enough. Alright, listen. I don't know what she looks like, but she said she'd meet us here in the lobby, so I guess we just wait here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Liam Gibbons. So you're Liam J. Gibbons with Film Theory and Analysis. I've seen your work.
And you're Carla Eschk. I've read your work. It's very impressive.
Yes, it's amazing how much you can get across through writing as opposed to broadcast.
Well, you know, it's your, yeah, totally.
I have to say, I wasn't expecting your partner in crime.
Well, actually.
I think what you do on your show is hilarious, not to mention effective. The whole character you have that embodies the ignorance Middle Americans have when it pertains to art, specifically film. Well, I can just picture them sitting there practically laughing at themselves. Oh God, it's sad, subversive and cruel, but God, is it good to laugh at others.
Who knows?
God, let's go this way, the theater. I know that's where you shoot. I have the AV guys setting up now.
Sounds good. Hello and welcome to Film Theory and Analysis. I am your host, Liam J. Gibbons, and I am joined today with a very special guest, Carla Eschk and Kyle. Now, today we will be talking about my favorite filmmaker, the fantastic Paul Thomas Anderson. And because she is my guest, I will let Carla go first.
Thank you, Liam. There's no denying the enthusiasm PTA brought to his first films. Sydney and Boogie Nights were enjoyable efforts, and Punch Drunk Love was sweet, if anything, but then come the rest of his films. There Will Be Blood was intense, yes, but excessive, to the point of being exhausting. And Magnolia and the Master, meanwhile, were masturbatory, grating even. Anderson's oeuvre is a perfect example of how there is such thing as too much artistic freedom.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Carla. First off, I think when it comes to PTA, you need to key into his key themes, right? You need to key into like what he's all about, and what he's all about is raw humanity and emotion, you know. And to call his work masturbatory, it's just. Yeah, and to say that there's such a thing as too much artistic freedom is, I think, in a lot of ways, is just a bit fascist.
Liam, there is a difference between quality and humanity, and saying that limiting artistic freedom is fascist totally dismisses the whole concept of quality. And maybe the art itself is fascist. I suggest you read up on the criticisms of Pauline Kael.
Yeah, well, I think kale is just hyped up lettuce. You know, like, people are really dismissing the quality of lettuce. Like, as a vegetable, lettuce is very good. It's high quality.
Oh, you are too funny. I'm sure next you'll be talking about how nuanced the themes are in The Master. Dear God, imagine a film whose title literally spells out the main theme is considered nuanced.
I'll say we are. Yeah, let's sing it now. Okay, Simon? Okay. Okay, Theodore? Okay. Okay, Alvin? Alvin?
Use the restroom. I need to use the restroom. I need to use the restroom. I need to go to the bathroom.
Christmas, Christmas time is near. Time for toys and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't last. Hurry, Christmas, hurry fast. Want a plane that loops the loop. Me, I want a hula hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late.
Naturally.
Okay.
Well, I'm Liam J. Gibbons, and this has been Film Theory and Analysis. Thank you, Carla, for being with me today.
Is that it?
Oh, yeah, that's it, that's it. You know how broadcast is. Just slip a few sound bites together and you got a show. Have a good one.
It's been a pleasure. I hope you come back soon.
Stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late.
Well, that's all we got for today, folks.
See you later. And remember, I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
What? Phil, what is that?
Our new episodic quote.
Oh.
Try and figure out who said it and let us know. Don't worry, they'll get harder. You can submit your answers inside the robot head on the Lost and Found table. Include your name, and we will announce who got it right next episode.
That's pretty cool. And you know what else that robot head sounds good for? Submitting your advice for life questions to Sarah Manfredi. Don't worry, those can be anonymous. Alrighty, folks, that's it. Have a great one.